Hi, I'm Andrea R. I did.
The thing's closer for you.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of, I'm short.
Yeah.
I figured my voice would carry. I'm Andrea R., as I already said, and I did 2 sessions yesterday morning and an unconference session this morning on WordPress MU, and what I wanted to focus on was not just what WordPress MU does, but what WordPress MU can do. I stressed at its core, it's a blog farm, and it does that really well. And when you know how to work that really well, then you can start thinking out of the box, and that's what I was trying to challenge people to do, was to do more with it and to really extend it. And sometimes I get to work with fabulous clients who have these ideas, and they say, okay, Andrea, how can we do this? And that's one of the things that Ron and I try to figure out. This site is one of my examples. It's called housingstorm.com, and one of the things he's done is, this is interesting, he wanted a particular URL structure so it would be easy to remember. The main site is housingstorm.com, but if somebody was interested in New York, they could go to newyorkcity.newyork.housingstorm.com. And yeah, really. But it's easy to read. .ny.com. So he has state-based URLs and city-based URLs, so like it's a subdomain. It was really neat. So we talked about that. And let me close that tab, because what's that, like a minute?
A little less. Got time.
Oh, okay. I talk real fast. I want to cover everything, but where's the click? I'm trying to get to the next tab.
Click on the tab.
Oh, okay.
Bottom of the tab.
Oh, there we go. The last site was the subdomain install. This is a subfolder install, and at first glance, you can't even tell it's MU. The main blog in MU powers most of this page, and there are different sections, like the news section, which I can't point to, is in a sense, is actually, not in a sense, but is actually a separate blog. That's why we used MU, because different sections of the site were to be powered by different people and had different purposes. From the visitor's perspective, it's using all the same theme or specially modified copies of the same theme. So when the visitor is browsing the site, they have no idea that they are sometimes on a separate blog. To them, the transition is smoothless because of the navigation. That made sense, right? Okay. The other thing I talked about extensively was, since we can have multiple blogs in WordPress with WordPress MU, people wanted to know about multiple blogs in one installation, but I want a different domain name on some of my blogs. And we spent a lot of time talking about that and how to accomplish that. And part 1 on how to accomplish that is get the domain mapping plugin, and part 2 is you have to edit some of your DNS records, because the plugin can't do that part. It just handles the MU side. WPMU Tutorials is my tutorial blog. It is not a single WordPress blog. It is another blog on a main WordPress MU installation. You can't really tell what else is on my MU install just by visiting this blog, but there's all kinds of blogs. The other thing we talked about was what was the difference between a domain to MU and what was the difference in a site. Because MU, you can keep track of different blogs, but you can also have different sites. Okay. This is a site, and the reason it's a site in MU and not just a map domain is this is my family blog. Other members of my family have blogs on this domain name, whereas with the WPMU Tutorials blog is just a single. It acts like a standalone blog, and nobody can have an MU Tutorials blog underneath that. Not on a subdomain, not in a subfolder, nothing. That just exists as a separate domain on one code base. This atypicallife.net is a site. It exists on literally the same installation as the WPMU Tutorials blog. They're both in the same database. They're both on the same server. They both share the same IP. But other members of my family, like my mom, she has a blog. It's atypicallife.net/ma'am, and my daughter has a blog. It's /her name, and that's all in the one site. And for me, it's ease of management. I only have one code base to take care of, and I can log in the same user all across the system. It's just way easier for me. So that's what I wanted to challenge people to think about, that this was possible, and that they could see blogs not just as blogs, but as different sections of a main site. And it offered various more granular control for the user, because sometimes in a multi-author blog, you don't want one author to see what the other author is doing, and if you have multiple blogs in the same installation, then you can separate them more easily. So I ended with a Miss Frizzle quote from Magic School Bus, because I wanted you to take chances, make mistakes, and get messy, because when you know the rules of MU and you know how to work within it, then you can try bending them and come up with some really fabulous stuff. So I wanted to thank everybody who came to my sessions, because you guys are awesome. That's it.